I was quite busy recently with other interesting topics, but now I'm coming back to my Angular application, getting started with Angular My Store. So with my project, I created a branch. This is called My Store Material, which I have created from the master branch. And then this application, this addition is about to create a toolbar. How I created a toolbar. Let's review the code. This is not a synchronous code typing. I just review what I have done and explain to the steps I've made, and also I make a quite detailed description of the steps I have made. So just let's review what I did. Actually, a couple of steps only. First of all, the My Store application, which I try to mimic and copy here, has a ready-made sample project to start up. Actually, this is a startup project. If you go to this sample application in Stack Blitz, sorry, there you can see that this application has already two components. One is a top bar, the other is a product list. In this video, I'm creating a similar part, a similar thing as this toolbar here. That is this top bar, a component, but instead of using regular styling, I use the Angular material, possibly the most widely used UI framework or UI library for Angular. And to do that, coming back to my README, I simply, usually I do simple things, I ran ng add at angular/material. This is a whole schematic in Angular lingo, which does a hell lot of things. So this is not just a replacement of an npm import, but this is how you should add Angular material. Of course, if you visit the website for this Angular material, then you will have a get started, and then with this get started you can see immediately that's the first step, and it is called use the Angular installation schematic or schematic or schematic, whatever way you proceed and pronounce. The next step is, when you have this Angular material, is that you should create, actually I created this top bar component, the usual run ng generate component top bar on the command line, and then this automatically created a folder, a subfolder under the app folder, and in this folder only this top bar components ts. If you remember in my previous videos, I initialized this project with this minimal option, and this is in Angular JSON. Yes, this is schematics Angular inline template true, inline style true, and skip test true. This is how this whole angular is initialized. So that's why when you initialize your Angular project with minimal, all the components afterwards created will have this minimal configuration. So with this component, the component I'm gonna use is the toolbar component, and the toolbar examples have a number of other references, a number of other components, including icon module and button module. I think these are the three modules, Angular material modules, that you should import. The Angular style is you have a app module.ts file, and then here you should import these components, actually component modules, and then list them here. This is terribly important. When you do this in your toolbar component ts file, these components will be recognized with the Visual Studio Code, and the programming is going to be fine. So let's see what I'm doing here is that just in the template I simply add the mat toolbar. If I go to the examples components and then go to the toolbar, you have a number of examples. I think I copied this toolbar. Remember, this is terribly important. Don't include this P, the paragraph, because if you include P here, then you will have a nasty white stripe above your toolbar. So therefore make sure that only include this mat toolbar component. And as you can see here, the buttons have also mat icon button and therefore and mat icon, so that's why you should include also this button component, which I have already explained, and the icon components, because this example uses these buttons. And let's so this is how I started. I just copied it here, and then these are the modification I made. On my application I needed only the My Store. My goal was just to mimic this look and feel, not more complex thing here at the moment. So I commented out this menu icon button. Let's have a look. If I just uncomment these, all of them, how it would look. What is important then? Oh, let's just show first. It's compiled. Here you go. This is the way it looks. It has a this menu. It is sometimes called Hamburger Menu. The title of the application, a favorite, a heart icon, and a button with an icon and a text, a label, a checkout label. Of course, I don't need this hamburger menu in this application and not the heart icon button here, so that's why I can comment these out. Here you go. And one thing, let me just explain here. Then you need also a filler, which can be solved with this filler flex 11 auto. I got this from this example. If you go to the CSS, this is where you have this example spacer. I named it filler. And also interesting that when you use this inline, this is called inline CSS or inline styles. This is an array of strings, and this array of strings would list all your style definition. Here this is a filler class, style class, or class style with this option. Of course, you can also use directly the style, something like that. Actually, I like so, but in that case you don't need this. Yeah, like so. And the result is expected to be the same. So commented out, I have only the label of my application and the checkbox button. So that's how it works. It's really up to you if you love this local style definition directly for the components, or using these inline styles. And also remember, the styles.css is also available for your application. This is just the default. I haven't modified it anything, and possibly I'm not going to modify it at all during my application. When I need any styling, I would either use them directly in the code with the style flag, or with the local inline styles here. And one more thing, the app modules.ts the app components ts should be modified too. And then here, this is the main components, the entry component, this is the app root. Remember that index HTML, this is the app root, which is going to be replaced with this component. And therefore here in this app component, I include this app top bar, and that's why this app top bar is displayed. So when having a quick look, after, of course, I commented everything in the readme. This was the original template. I just replaced the whole thing with the up top bar applic component, and also the app module.ts. I included here the material toolbar components. And also remember, when you create a UI component with this ng generate component command, then it will automatically include these components into your app modules.ts files either. And this is just the top bar component newly created. Yep, so that was it, and this was the first step after installation, creating a top bar, a toolbar for this simple application.